Chapter 1. Deep within the rainforest, lived a man named Crow. He is the leader of the jungle guard. The members of the guard have been around for many years. Crow, lion, tiger, rhino, bear and jaguar, monkey made an oath to never harm anyone and to always protect the jungle that they live in. Even if it means losing their own lives to save another. Jungle oath. I promise to never harm or seek revenge on anyone, anything. If I do, let it be known that I as a jungle guard will bring disgrace upon my family and the guard. As a guard member, I will ensure the safety of others before anything else. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, Tuesday, December 17, 2024. Crow and Tiger are standing guard at the entrance of the village named Sir Bell. Suddenly, Crow and Tiger hear a crunching sound coming from behind the trees. Tiger, did you hear that? Crow said. Yes, Crow, I did, Tiger replied. The two call other members of the guard to take their place while they go see where the noise came from. Tiger and Crow walk slowly around the tree they heard the noise coming from. Crow, who are you? What do you want? Scorpion leaves from behind the tree and walks with his arms up in surrender. Crow and Tiger look surprised, but they manage to keep their composure. Scorpion. My name is Scorpion, and I am the leader of the troops. I came alone, my men are back in the tent north of the village. Tiger and Crow turn their backs toward Scorpion. They decide what they need to do. Surely enough, they decide to place a sack over Scorpion's head and tie his wrists together, taking him back to the village. When Tiger and Crow got back to the village, Bear, Monkey and Jaguar leave the tent and make their way to their leader and his daughter. Who is that man? Bear asked. He is the leader of the troops, Crow replied. Crow leads Scorpion to a den made for prisoners of the guard. Tiger takes the sack off of Scorpion's head and leads him into the den. What are you going to do with me? My men will come for all of you, Scorpion shouted in anger. Crow and his daughter leave the prison, ignoring Scorpion. Once they are finished, they go back to the tent to consult with the other guard members. Crow calls a meeting with all the members of the guard to discuss what they should do with Scorpion. When all the members arrive at the tent, the conversation begins. Crow. Today, when my daughter and I were standing guard, we heard a noise coming from behind one of the trees outside the village. The leader of the troops is held within our prison for further interrogation. Bear. We should give him time to talk. If he doesn't, that's when we'll torture him until he does. Rhino. Remember our oath, Bear. We can't hurt anyone unless he's done something to us. Bear. I know the oath, it was just a suggestion. Tiger. I agree with Rhino. We must interrogate the intruder for answers. Once the meeting was finished, everyone went back to what they were doing. Chapter 2. When morning comes around, Crow begins walking with his friend Monkey to the den where the intruder is held. The guard takes Scorpion from his cell and sits him down in a chair. Monkey grabs Scorpion by the shirt and says, "What is your reason for being here?" The intruder looks at Monkey with a disgusted look on his tired face. "I'm here because I wanted to kill all of you, to take over the village with my men." Monkey flings his arm back, getting ready to smack Scorpion across the face. Then Crow reaches out and stops his arm from touching the intruder's face. "There is no need for violence," Crow said in a calm voice. The moment Monkey hears these words, he immediately calms down and backs away from Scorpion. Crow walks up to the intruder and says, "I'm not going to hurt you unless you tell us what we need to know." Scorpion looks at Crow and spits it in his face. "What makes you think I'm going to say anything?" Scorpion says in a cocky tone. Crow takes his hand and wipes the spit off of his face with an angry-looking expression. Crow. We have tried communicating with you calmly, but you have crossed the line. With anger in Crow's blood, he grabs Scorpion by the neck and begins beating him to death. Crow was never the one to become violent, but this time it was different. Monkey. Calm down, Crow. I know he crossed the line, but we can figure something else out. Crow. He deserves to be beaten to death. Maybe then it'll teach him to not mess with me. Crow backs away from Scorpion, leaving him with a bruised lip and black eye, broken ribs, and a bleeding nose. When the interrogation is finished, Monkey and Crow leave the prison together, heading back to the medicine ward to get cleaned up. Tigers run up to her and Dad says, "Father, are you okay?" Crow looks at his daughter and smiles. "Yes, daughter, I'm okay," Crow replied with sympathy. Rhino walks into the medicine ward and sees Crow alongside Monkey, wondering what they were doing there. Rhino. Are both of you alright? What did you do with Scorpion? Monkey. We went to the den that held the prisoner and interrogated him. Scorpion said he came to the camp to kill all of us. Just so he can take the camp over. Crow. He didn't mention if his men knew where we were. But we did get some answers from him. Rhino leaves the medicine ward to catch some fish and deer. He grabbed his sword. When Crow and Monkey left the medicine ward, they had no idea that Scorpion alerted his men about where he was being held. Chapter 3. The day for the jungle guard starts like no other, and as they begin to get ready, one of Scorpion's scouts hides behind a tree spying on the guard as they keep track of their leader. Dear Scorpion Army. I need help. Come the moment you are prepared to fight, kill the jungle guard. They must not know our plans to destroy them. Since I am not there to guide you, one of you must be in charge in order to create a plan. No time must be wasted. Sincerely. Scorpion, captain of the Scorpion troops. When Crow was meditating, he began having a vision of Scorpion alerting his troops. Even though seeing the future is a gift, sometimes it comes with a reason to use it for the greater good. Tiger sits beside her father and says, "What did you see?" Crow looks at his daughter with a sad face and begins to tell her everything. Crow. The vision I had wasn't the greatest I've had so far. A few days from now, Scorpion and his troops will go to war against us. There will be nothing but bloodshed. Which is why we must train as hard as we can before time runs out. Tiger looks at her with a shocked look on her face. Tiger. Oh my, I can't believe it. Does that mean that most of us will die? Crow. Yes, it does mean that. According to what Scorpion told his men, he mentioned that he wanted all of us to die. None of us will be able to live until the end. Tiger. We need to let the other guard members know so we can be well prepared and get as much help as we can. When Crow and his daughter finished talking, they decided to alert other members of the guard. So they can get straight to training. Tiger immediately takes out her ivory horn and begins to blow it. The moment that she does, the members of the guard begin running to the tent for an emergency meeting that has been called. When the meeting has started, Tiger begins telling the other members what her father saw. My father told me that he had a vision of Scorpion telling his men about where he is. Planning to bring upon nothing but bloodshed among all of us, said Tiger with a strong voice. The members of the group begin looking at each other in utter worriment. Usually the members are never really that worried about anything, but this time it is not the same as the last. A lot of the members are worried because they don't know what their families would do without them. Crow stands from the table with a strong and powerful posture, letting everyone know not to be worried, everything. We'll be all right. We must begin training now. We have a few days to prepare, said Crow with a stoic voice. The members look up at Crow, and they begin to say, yes, we will fight till the very end of things. Chapter 4. The day for the guard to train finally begins. Each member of the guard practices their fighting skills. Crow takes off his jacket and stands tall, telling the guard to line up. Everyone gets in line and is focused on Crow. Crow: today we start training before the day we go to battle is here. Rhino: where do we start? Crow: we start with strengthening our weaknesses. Once we are done, we will begin with our combat skills. The members make eye contact with Crow and training begins. Crow: first, we will start with laps around the camp. And then we will begin basic combat training. Crow and the other members of the guard begin running around the camp, giving them the ability to warm up before training. As Crow and his guard members were jogging, Tiger jogs beside her father and says, "Father, I'm nervous about the war." Crow looks at his daughter and stops jogging. He puts his hand on her shoulder. "Daughter, it'll be all right, you have me and the guards by your side," said Crow with an empathetic tone of voice. When Crow and his daughter are done talking, they begin catching up with the members. When everyone gets back to the camp, Crow begins showing the members new moves they can learn. Basic combat moves. 1. Chokes. 2. Elbow strikes. 3. Attack. 4. Guard. 5. Hook punch. 6. Axe stomp. 7. Palm strike. 8. Up knee. 9. Eye gouge. 10. Disarming knife to throat attack from behind. When Crow was finished talking to the guard about what combat skills he will be teaching them, he began talking about kung fu techniques he will also be teaching. Crow became so proud of his guard for making such an improvement. Although the members are not new, it makes Crow realize why he created the guard in the first place. Suddenly, the members of the guard hear a noise coming from the far end of the village. They start to see, pounding the gate until the door flies off of the hinges. Jaguar. What in the world is that? Crow. It's an ambush. The members of the guard begin to see the Scorpion army running into the village with their weapons, getting ready to kill. Tiger. Get your weapons and get ready to fight. Crow. Rhino, Bear, get the villagers out of here before innocent people get hurt. Jaguar. What would you like for me to do? Crow. Jaguar, you and Monkey, Tiger will help me fight the Scorpion army, while the others get the villagers to safety. Crow, Tiger, Monkey, and Jaguar begin putting their headdress on. For the jungle guard, it is tradition to wear a headdress during a battle, war. A Scorpion soldier charges Crow with all of their willpower. Killing him immediately. The other members summon their aura and begin taking out as many soldiers as they can. While Crow was helping his daughter and the other members, he began getting a vision of one of Scorpion's soldiers going to the prison and releasing him. Tiger spots her father and asks him what he saw. Monkey. What did you see? Crow. I saw one of the soldiers freeing their leader. When Rhino and Bear were finished getting the villagers to safety, they made their way back to the others. Scorpion walks out of the prison with an evil look on his face. Scorpion. Jungle guard. Where are you? Crow. You finally decided to call reinforcements. Just so you can get rid of us. Scorpion pulls his sword from his sheath and begins aiming it at Tiger. Crow sees this and begins running toward his daughter from the far end of the village, pushing his daughter out of the way. Scorpion throws his sword until it hits Crow in the chest. He falls on his back and says, "Kill Scorpion before he hurts anyone else." Tiger puts her head on her chest and begins to cry. Jaguar, Bear, Rhino and Monkey see the horrifying scene in front of them, realizing that Scorpion killed their leader. Monkey becomes so angry that he and the Bear, Rhino, begin to charge at Scorpion with hate and vengeance in their blood. Bear. You can't get away, Scorpion, you've done something wrong. Monkey. We challenge you to a battle. Just you against me, Bear and Rhino. Scorpion looks at the warriors and smiles in agreement. Taking on their challenge, the four must battle until death. The three began channeling their animal spirits, and with that it made them impossible to beat. Bear. I summon the spirit of the polar bear. Monkey. I summon the spirit of the spider monkey. Rhino. I summon the spirit of the Javan rhino. Jaguar. I summon the spirit of the leopard. Scorpion looks at the guard with amazement, not knowing that they could summon their spirit animals. Scorpion. You think you can destroy me? I'll kill all of you the same way I did to your leader. Bear. As long as we have each other we'll never be alone. Suddenly, a bright light appears in front of the guard. Crow came back to life. His daughter runs up to him with tears of joy. We thought you were dead, said Monkey. Crow looks at Monkey and shakes his head no. He speeds behind Scorpion and grabs him, puts his arm around Scorpion's neck and sticks his hand through the Scorpion leader's chest. Pulling Scorpion's heart out of his chest, the battle is over, and the guard can finally live in peace. The remaining members of the Scorpion army were executed. A year after the battle, the guard continued to protect the jungle from enemies and unwanted sources. The end.